That guy sucks. Can we just have like a clear visual? Why are some of these Legos? All right, let's. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do this one with the Legos.
When I made a promise to my parents in a circle of life, I would vanquish evil in a cape, maybe some tights.
Greetings. Today we're gonna do a tier list. You already know what it is. Super cutting edge trend. So let's just get started. I don't know who this is, so let's put him in D tier. So I'm just gonna assume it's the villain in general, not really the specific iteration. Otherwise, all the Legos would take it. The S tier. So let's go Penguin. What do I think of Penguin? Penguin's he's one of the better kind of gangster goon guys. I put him pretty high, maybe B tier. Sometimes he's a little more animalistic, a little creepier. I like that. Sometimes he's just a gangster. I don't know. He's all right. He's a pretty mid tier villain. I think he's a good one to start off with. Let's move around. Let's move around in the list. I have no idea who that is. I think it's a Batman Beyond villain. So we're just gonna put that in D tier. Clock King, pretty trash. Pretty trash. He's had some interesting things done with him before. Like he was the planner for like the Suicide Squad or something like that. That's kind of cool, but kind of trash. Generally pretty trash. Professor Pig, I can't justify putting him in the same tier as Penguin. Professor Pig is he's kind of like Penguin in that he's like a general kind of just like a serial killer guy, but kind of like how Penguin's just a general kind of mobster guy. But yeah, not too memorable. Not too memorable. Let's move back up to ManBat. ManBat's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. He's kind of one of those villains that kind of works once, and then he's kind of done. But he's pretty cool on that one time. All right, so let's just jump to an S tier. That's Hugo Strange. He's definitely an S tier. There are other villains in S tier that I would put above him, but he's one of my favorite Batman villains. I really like the mastermind types. Is there even a Joker? Oh yeah, fucking Heath Ledger. Okay, well, we'll save Joker for later. Who is this, Clayface? I love Clayface. Oh fuck. Oh, I love Clayface. Let's put him in A. I think he's a really versatile villain. He's really cool. He did a fake out Jason Todd as Hush, and I like when he has a daughter in the animated series, and I don't know, he's just a pretty cool villain. I like the villains like him and Sandman where it's like you can't really even kill them. They're just like a mass of some type of goo. I don't know who the frick that is, so we're gonna put him in D tier. He looks like he sucks though. Actually, I think that's Mr. Toad, which doesn't change anything. He still sucks. I think this is supposed to be Scarecrow, but I can't make that out at all. Scarecrow's A tier. I really love him in Batman Begins. He's a cool villain, really cool villain. I don't have a great amount to say about him, but he's kind of, the motif of fear and everything, and Batman is he's a scary guy, so it kind of fits in there. Deadshot. I'm gonna put Deadshot. Let's organize B tier. I think so. The closer they are to the actual letter, they're the higher up. So let's put. I think Deadshot. I think ManBat's better than Deadshot, and then Penguin is better than both of them. Yeah. Um. Let's do all the Legos. The Lego characters. Poison Ivy. I would say she's an A tier. She's kind of like Clayface in that she's like really powerful. She's like one of the most Excuse me. She's one of the most powerful Batman villains easily. I don't think I would put her above. Would I put her above Scarecrow? I don't know. Maybe we'll come back to that. Maybe we won't. Let's move on to Solomon Grundy. Let's do Solomon Grundy. He's probably the best C tier character, but I can't put him above any of these other people. He's kind of Kind of like I said about Man-Bat, he's kind of a one-off kind of guy. I don't even necessarily like him as a Batman villain. I don't think he really even is a Batman villain, but yeah. So he's pretty low as far as Batman villains go. I might put him a little higher if this was a general DC villain tier list. I don't like the amount of Beyond characters in here. They're D tier. I would fuck. So they're C tier. I'd put them above Professor Pig. Just oh yeah, I said I was gonna do Legos. Let's keep doing Legos. Catwoman. Catwoman is pretty B tier in my humble opinion. She's flip floppy. I don't like her as a relationship with Batman. She's okay. She's alright. This is definitely the alright tier. They're okay. This is Bane. No, Legos. Legos. We're doing Legos. Two Face. Two Face is cool. I would say he's his origin and then the next kind of fallout of that is kind of the only interesting thing about him. But I'd say when he shows up again, he's better than Penguin and better than Man-Bat, so I'll put him pretty high. He has the most potential of these three of being like a recurring villain. I think Deadshot's perfectly fine. He can come back whenever he wants. He's kind of just a really powerful goon. Like, he's not super interesting. He's kind of good in the Suicide Squad though. Not in the movie. Not in the movie. This fucking Scarecrow Twink D tier. Oh yeah, Legos. We'll go back to Lego in a second. But yeah, the Batman Beyond villains. I don't know why they are so deep in this list, but this happened to be the tier list that was already made on Tier Maker that it had the most visually. I can tell what villain this represents. A lot of these lists is really weird, blurry, or like zoomed out art. So let's keep doing the Lego guys. We got Hush. Hush kind of sucks, but at least they don't bring him back all the time. He's top of C tier. He's the top of C tier. Hush is kind of a cool story, but it's not really because of the Hush character. It's kind of just like everything else that's cool about that story. So, yeah, he's the top of C tier. I think he's better than all these guys pretty definitively, but I wouldn't put him above Catwoman or any of these people. And then Killer Moth. He's probably my favorite, like, goofy, kind of shitty villain. So I might have to put him, and I have to read the War of Jokes and Riddles. I heard that's actually a really good story, and it's an interesting concept. And I hear that he gets kind of, or maybe it's Kite Man actually. It might be Kite Man that gets fleshed out in that. I'm not sure, but I love Killer Moth. I'm not quite sure where to put him though. I think I'll put him below Catwoman. Just because I'm not a huge fan of Catwoman, but she means a lot more to the character of Batman and everything than Killer Moth does. But I just happen to really like Killer Moth. He's really, really fun, really funny. Killer Croc we have left too. Killer Croc. A lot of these I kind of just see as like muscle, or just like a one-time kind of threat. Like, what Killer Croc stories do you know off the dome? He can be kind of a fun character. He's really cool in the Arkham Asylum game, but not a huge fan. Does he go? I guess the question for me is, does he go above or below Hush? Above or below Hush? Let's just put him in. Does he go? He goes above Hush. Fuck Hush. Like I said, the Hush story is better than the Hush character, so. What next? What next? This terrible Harley Quinn image? Nah. What is this? Is that Copperhead? Yeah, that is Copperhead. Okay, Copperhead is like one of these. This is looking. C tier is looking right, I can't lie. C tier is looking like some C tier villains, so. I gotta put him below the Harley twins from Beyond. I think this is a pretty. C tier is pretty damn accurate. Who are we moving on to now? Let's see. This is the actual one Beyond villain I really like. I think her name's Ink, or yeah, something like Ink. I actually really like her. I think she's the character that Terry McGinnis, Batman and Batman Beyond. I think she fights him when he's not wearing the Beyond suit. He's just in a domino mask and has a utility belt. I love that episode. And I think she's pretty cool. She's kind of like Clayface or like Sandman. Like I said, I really like those types of tank characters that are just, they're just like morphed or whatever, that you can't really kill them very easily or at all. I don't know if I can justify putting her over like Penguin or Two-Face, but I can easily. She's either as good or better than Man-Bat. I'll put her above Man-Bat. I just think Man-Bat's kind of funny and cool because he's like, it's like if there was Man Super as a Superman villain. It's fucking stupid, but it's kind of fun, kind of scary. So yeah, I think Ink goes above. I don't even know if that's her name, but let's just call her Ink. The Royal Flush Gang. The Royal Flush Gang is They might belong in C tier. I think I'll put them above Killer Croc. I think they're pretty good. Alright. Alright. There's some pretty heavy hitters left. But I want to whittle away at some of the... Let's do one or two less famous ones first. I really like Mad Hatter. Especially when he's like a kidnapper and a rapist and everything. I would definitely say... Let's put him below Ink and above Man-Bat. I feel like that's pretty good for him. I haven't seen too much good done with that character, but I think the idea is really good of him being like... He's obsessed with like creating an Alice for himself. I think that's really... It's like really high concept, really clever idea. Oh, jeez. Okay. Deathstroke is pretty high. Let's put Deathstroke in here. He's maybe the top of B tier. Damn. I might have to move some of these people up to A because I really like Deathstroke, but I feel like he might be below some of these guys. Nah. He's definitely way cooler than Deadshot. He's way cooler than Deadshot. I might like him about as much as Killer Moth. Let's just put him above Man-Bat. Do I like Two-Face better than Deathstroke? I don't know. I should have been prepared to come, to come to terms with these questions, these deep questions. Should I even out B tier a little bit? Take some people below and above. Who could I move up to A tier? You know what? I'll move. Does he belong up there? Mad Hatter. Probably not. Probably not. Damn, that's tough. That is tough. I guess I'll just move on for now. This guy is I'll put him above Solomon Grundy. He's okay from Batman Beyond. This dude, I forget his name. It's like Phosphorus or some shit. Kite Man.
Did I just hear the wind? Say,
Kite Man is okay. He's the poor man's Killer Moth, definitely. And for that, you belong in C tier. Black Mask. Black Mask is something else. Black Mask is something else. He belongs below Clock King. He's just a pretty basic kind of goon with a gimmick, with a mask, and it's kind of lame. This guy sucks. I think that's like Sports King or Sports Master or something. He sucks. D tier is like, they're all pretty even. Like, these guys all suck. Zaz. Zaz is kind of cool. He's kind of cool. He's kind of like Mad Hatter in a way. He has a more real world gimmick, definitely. But I'm gonna put him in the low rungs of B tier. Just because I think all these guys are more just fun to see. Zaz can be interesting, but these guys are still threatening and way more fun to watch. Alright. Now these are all A-listers. These are all A-listers right here. No, I'm just kidding. Condiment King, fuck Condiment King. He's kind of a funny joke, I guess. He's above Kite Man. I'll say he's above Kite Man. And then Professor Pig needs to be the bottom of this tier. Because he's, I don't know. There's something I don't like about that character. I don't know why. He's just kind of lame. Alright, so now all we got left is A-listers, in my opinion. Mr. Freeze, Harley Quinn, Bane, Joker. Alright, let's do... Alright, I'm going to do the person I like least of these. And then the person I like second most, probably, or something like that. Keep it interesting. Riddler... He's above Killer Croc. He's very in league with, like, Two-Face and Penguin. Do I want to... he's above Mad Hatter. Is he above Penguin or Two-Face? I think I'll put him... Riddler. I'll put him above Penguin, below Two-Face. How about that? Alright, someone I really like now. I actually, you know, still really like all these villains. How about, let's do Bane. I actually quite like Bane. He's a great character. He's a great fella. He's a great threat for Batman. His introduction story is just straight up amazing. Nightfall is amazing. I mean, it was a cash grab. It was like one of those things where they flooded the market with tie-ins and all that. Death of the comic book industry and whatnot. But, still a great, cool story. If he's B tier, he's definitely the best guy that there is in B tier. I like him more than Scarecrow. Move up Ivy over Scarecrow. But A tier is still A tier, you know what I mean? Alright. Let's just do Joker. Let's just do Joker. I think Joker is overrated and overhyped. He's definitely a good foil for Batman, but I don't think he's not S tier for a fact, and he's not... I mean, Clayface, I don't... Bane is above Clayface. I don't know what I was thinking about that. Clayface is cool, though. Joker, I guess I'll put him... Am I really going to put Joker below Clayface? I guess so. I don't know. I just think he's overplayed. He's still an A tier. A tier, still A tier. Harley. Let's do Harley. Harley... Just to make you angry, I'm putting him above, or her above Joker. I think Harley has a lot of potential as a character, and I don't think they've ever realized her potential. I think she's a really cool character. Just the idea of, you know, falling in love with someone and making sense of, like, horrible shit you did and maybe becoming an anti-hero. Her as an anti-hero always sucks. I don't think it's ever been done well. She's terrible in Birds of Prey and Suicide Squad.
I made a carefully calculated, highly strategic move.
But just, I love the character in general. So yeah, she's pretty high. And I think a lot is still to be done with Harley Quinn. I don't think she's realized her full potential yet. Like Injustice, she's in Injustice, and she's just this quirky Robin for Batman, and it sucks. Like, God, it sucks. She should be like a Red Hood or something, and she also should not be fucking Deadpool. Deadpool's fucking lame, but that's for another cool tier list. So these two guys, I didn't really mean to, but I wound up leaving a lot of the heavy hitters for the end here. A tier. S tier, I mean. Sorry. Probably above Hugo for me. Motherfucker. I think Mr. Freeze, he could be perceived as one of those villains I was talking about where, like Two-Face, where he kind of has one story to tell and then he's done. But I just think his story is so good And he's just sympathetic, and he's his wife. He wants to save his wife, and that's kind of his only reason for being a criminal. And I am partial to characters with freeze powers. I think they're kind of cool. I think they're pretty cool, and I don't know. I like villains with a big fishbowl on their head. Mysterio is my favorite Spider-Man villain. So I don't know. He just has a lot going for him for me. And then Roz is probably, depending on the day, I would put Mr. Freezer or Roz in top tier. And super props to the OG Paul Dini, because he made fucking Harley Quinn from the ground up, and he gave and Bruce Timm as well, and I think Alan Burnett, whatever their name is, just for the animated team for making these two characters really cool and really amazing. And in my opinion, making them better than characters like the Joker or any of the some of these really iconic characters, which they did like 50 years into Batman's run cycle, so that's pretty cool. But Roz, I haven't even talked about Roz. He's probably my favorite Batman villain. It could probably alternate. Bane could probably be pushed up to S. A and S tier are honestly pretty close, but it becomes super subjective, I think, in S tier, where these are just my personal. But I think these are the greatest Batman villains, definitely. Harley is definitely like a personal choice. But Roz, I think he's the ultimate foil for Batman. I think he's in a way that I think Joker never could be. If I could write a Batman story, it would definitely involve Joker being jealous of Roz being like the focus of Batman's attention. I think that would be funny. Just because Roz is like... Because people always talk about, oh, Two-Face is Batman gone wrong. Penguin is Batman gone wrong. Deathstroke is Batman gone wrong. All these villains are Batman gone wrong. Even Killer Moth had like a Killer Moth mobile, and he was like an evil Batman. That's a huge trope for Batman villains. But Roz is like actually Batman gone evil. He's like, trying to police the world, trying to change world affairs, trying to make the world, in his image, and it's very Batman if he didn't have certain boundaries, And I like the idea that there's like a king out there courting Batman as his successor, like just this adventurer, like crime fighter. This random guy is so good that this fucking monarch is seeking him out to be his successor, and he's like so powerful and all that. He looks cool. The Lazarus Pit is a great gimmick. It's maybe the coolest gimmick of any Batman villain to me. So yeah, Ra's al Ghul number 1. All these shitty animated villains on the bottom. Yeah. So that's the tier list. Let's do another tier list. How about that? I'm chilling. Let's do another one. For you, it's a different video. So click the new video and watch the new tier list. I'm gonna do Spider-Man villains. It's gonna be cool. Gonna be epic. Like, comment, subscribe. Click the ads